Hi guys! So, I was a little stumped on what to do a vlog topic on today. So I thought in order to help us get to know each other a little better, we would play a little game called Table Topics, which is basically just a box full of questions that you go around asking each other, and it's supposed to help stimulate conversation. So I've picked 10 cards at random from my copy of Table Topics. So here we go. What quality do you think is most important in marriage? More than one. I mean, marriage is not just about one thing, because I'm such an expert on marriage. But I don't know, I've heard a lot of people who have been in you know, 50, 60, some odd year marriages say that it's laughter or trust, or, I mean, laughter is great, but, you know, don't want to be with somebody and be like, hey honey, guess what? I cheated on you. But I'm gonna say really something really funny about it. And you're just gonna forget it. I'm like, oh, honey, yes, you're so funny. I forgive you. No. So, and you know, you want the person to be honest and trustworthy. So I guess if I had to pick one, I would say trust. So you could trust that someone is gonna be honest with you, and trust that they're gonna be loyal to you and devoted to you, and trust that they're gonna make you laugh every day. I don't know. Trust. Which long-lost childhood object would you most like to find? There are actually two, and one is not something I would necessarily use all the time. One was something I freaking loved, and one is something that's just sentimental. The one was just sentimental. My mom and my dad had this huge keychain collection going of keychains they'd collected over the years, and that they collected, you know, when they were together and after they had me, because we would all go on family vacations together even after my mom and dad split up. So it was just this huge ball of keychains, I mean this big, and it stayed at my dad's house, and my grandma, my dad's mom, redecorated my room at my dad's house and turned it into the family room, and I got moved to another room, and the keychain collection has been suspiciously missing since then, and my dad says he doesn't think my grandma would throw something like that away, but I think she would, and it's just been missing for like 10, 12 years, and granted my dad's house is huge, and knowing my grandma, it could be anywhere in the house, or it could be long gone, but it's not where it was, and I don't see where she would put it in some mysterious hiding place. So, I don't want it just because I like need 1,000 keychains or anything, but because, you know, now that my mom's gone, you know, to have something that she worked on and that she made for me and that she touched and put love and thought into would mean a lot. And the second one, it would be my Teddy Ruxpin. I frickin' loved that toy. It was the coolest thing ever, and I would totally play with it still today. Would you rather meet your great-great-grandparents or your great-great-grandchildren? My great-great-grandparents, because I don't plan on having kids, so it's gonna be a little hard to meet my great-great-grandchildren. I mean, never say never, but it's just not something I want. It's not in my plans. Plus, I'm really interested in my family history and where we came from, and the people who knew the most about that are gone. So, it would be really cool to meet my great-great-grandparents and ask them questions and just find out about the family history. Do you live more in the past, present, or future? Well, not the present. Past or future, past or future. See, I'm kind of an anxious person, so I tend to go back and rethink about things that happened in the past, and not necessarily, my stutter is coming out, guys. I don't really have a stutter, it's just sometimes when I get excited or talk too fast, I stumble over myself. So I'll go back and think about things and like worry about them. But I'm gonna say the future because I worry about what's gonna happen in the future a lot. and think about what's gonna happen in the future a lot, whether it be immediate future or far distant future. And I also daydream a lot about what I would like my future to be. So yeah, I'm gonna say future. If you owned a boat, what name would you choose for it? I would probably choose a name of a boat out of one of the books I read. I read several series where the characters have a boat. Ooh, the water beetle from Harry Dresden. Yeah, no, wait, there's more than one. So I would probably be a total nerd and name it after a boat from some book. I would really have to think about it in the moment. Or if not, I would probably name it after my mom. So probably either the water beetle or the Carolyn Louise. Yeah. Which moment from your life would you choose to relive if you could? Well, that sort of depends. Am I like just reliving it exactly as it happened? Do I get to go over and redo it completely new? Do I get to go back and redo it with the knowledge I have today? Because there are two things that are popping into my head immediately. One is when I went to go see Boyce Avenue last fall with my two best friends. They are the most amazing band and we were so close to them and it was just an amazing night, but I had food poisoning. So by the end I was feeling like I was gonna die. So if I could go back and re-experience that without the food poisoning, that'd be pretty great. Or if I could go back and relive a moment with the knowledge that I have now, I would probably go back and relive the last time I got to talk to my mom. My mom was really sick for a long time and I took care of her, and you know, she was my best friend and I loved her to death and she loved me to death. But you know, we had issues. It was a tense thing, and not that our issues came out often. We both kind of pushed them to aside to enjoy the moments we had. But the day she died, I was in a bad mood about my work situation and just about life, and we all have those days. And every day when I would leave, my mom would tell me, bye, have a good day, and I'd say, I will, I love you, and then she'd say, I love you too. And you know, I always tried to make sure I said I love you to her because I never knew when she might be gone, and she had hung on through this illness for so long. I kind of expected her to just go on indefinitely. I mean, I lived with the reality that I'm, you know, one day I might not ever be able to see her again. But that day, instead of saying I loved you, I just kind of grumbled and walked out the door and said, okay. And I didn't say I love you, and that was the last time I ever spoke to her. Sorry. So if I could just have the chance to go back and say I love you and hear her say she loves me one more time, yeah.